Hello, welcome to this presentation. I see here a lot of well-known faces. Thank you for coming. My name is David Reche. I'm sales manager in InterSystems, and I'm going to be the presenter, okay, for this session. But the presentation, in fact, is done by Elena and Josep. That sadly they can't come to this summit, so they record a video with a short presentation. So with me is Luis Angel, that is sales engineer in Spain, and also we have here Marcos Saurdin, that is part of the team of the Clinica Universidad de Navarra. And after the presentation, if anyone have any question, can do with Marcos. Okay. So I'm going to start. And I want to okay. Well, I'm going to do a short introduction. After we are going to have the customer experience that is this video, okay? Finally, we have time for sure for question and answer, maybe to recommend some next steps in this global summit regarding these questions, okay? In the introduction, I'm going to talk about this title. That is nice title. This low on budget. That is, they change it a bit because it sounds better. Controlled budget, but with high performance. I mean, with less money, you can do a lot of things with IRIS. I'm going to talk about several projects in Spain that they have the same concept. I mean, they spend not a lot, and they do really interesting things. Yesterday in the presentation, in the first keynote, we had a video, and in the video, maybe you saw this project that is this European Space Agency. They are moving thousands and thousands of petabytes from the satellites to the Earth. This data is come from different measures that they take in order to make a three-dimensional map of the stars. Okay. And we are very proud of this project because the European Space Agency is a well-known agency, and this is something that is very popular in order to make a presentation, talk about stars, okay? But one of the things that for us was very good is that we beat some other providers, like Oracle, this type of database, because we was better in the ingestion of the data, okay? Another example of project that we have in Spain is with a partner that is Arisnova. With Arisnova, they are an engineering company. They develop an SCADA, but like you can see here, but with like augmented reality. You can see the different part of the ship and control the different device of the ship. And they are working right now for Navantia, that is the company that do the make and build the ships for the army, okay? And they are working also in other projects like in ports, when you have a lot of sensor distributed in a big area. And this is another example of thing that is very innovative, and they they don't spend too much. There is only one product that is IRIS, because they have all the pieces to do that, okay? Move to healthcare right now. This is another sample. This is DKB. It's an assurance company. They have several products, in fact. They have IRIS, and they have Health Connect for the integration. And also they have the HealthShare Patient Index, because they have different assurance types, okay? Branch, they call it branch. For example, for home, for healthcare, for pets, you know, different things. And each of that get different data for the customer, okay? That not always is the same. And they need to put everything in the same page in order to integrate with the CRM, for example, okay? So, but they are very innovative. They have an initiative in Barcelona that they call it the Health Hub, and they invite two startups in order to develop some innovative and new apps in some areas, but right now is the best one is the treatment of home care, chronic disease, well-living, these type of things. That, of course, should have a good revenue for an insurance company. I mean, they try to spend less in the hospitals, and then they have more people happy in their house, you know. Okay. And of course, we have a big success with HealthShare Health Connect in Spain for the public healthcare. We have several regions there. Maybe they are not too big. The biggest one is Andalusia. They have 8 million of patients, okay? All that region that you see here are using HealthShare Health Connect as the integration ESB for healthcare. So this is really complex, because we are integrating here using HL7, CDA, even DICON in some words. But they integrate all the healthcare, I mean, from primary care, special care, even home care, etc. So the volume of messages that every day are passing and moving is huge, and the performance is very, very good. So the last one is the company that we are going to talk about today. That is the Clinica Universidad de Navarra. They are, well, they have 2 hospitals, but they are part of the University of the Navarra. One of the hospitals is in Pamplona, and the other one is in Madrid. But the Pamplona hospital, the Pamplona people, are well known in Spain because it's a second reference, second opinion for oncology, for cancer. They are very, very well known and recognized, as you are going to see in the presentation. They do several things, as you are going to see in the presentation, that they have the integration, they move something with, for example, with natural language processing in some time. With the budget that they invest in with IRIS, they could do a lot of things that maybe with another things they can't. Okay, so next I'm going to put the recording of the presentation of Elena. So this is the video start. Okay.
Hello, my name is Elena. I'm one of the CEOs of the Clinica Universidad de Navarra. The other CEO is Josep Gost. but today he cannot be with us. So let me introduce you our organization. Clinica Universidad de Navarra is a healthcare academic and research institution well known in Spain to the treatment of the oncological pathologies, located in Pamplona and Madrid. Let me show you some numbers about what we are. We are a recognized institution for teaching, research, and innovation work. We are known by the prestige of our professionals and our trajectory in diagnosis and treatment of high complex pathologies. The Clinica Universidad de Navarra is a high-resolution hospital characterized by its diagnosis speed owing to its multidisciplinary work and the acquisition of the latest technology to offer care in 46 different medical and surgical specialties. The clinic, for 8th time in a row, has been named the private hospital with the best reputation in Spain, according to the MRI's ranking, and is listed among the top 100 hospitals worldwide, being the first Spanish private center within this ranking. According to the world-famous Newsweek magazine, we have the most advanced equipment available for diagnosing and treating diseases. More numbers about our healthcare activity, but more than numbers with a commitment to personalized medicine and focus on patients and their families. We employ professionals that work exclusively for us. The collaboration of specialists in multidisciplinary teams to take disease comprehensively and to offer each patient the best treatment is part of our DNA. Okay. Research activity, again some numbers, but our specialists conduct research to provide patients with the new solutions. We want to use continuous research to win the battle against disease. Last, the education activity that is as part of the University of Navarra, we are training the future doctors and nurses. They are a very important point in our daily work. Our specialists also undergo continuous training while also conducting research and teaching. Coming back to the IT department, let me tell you about our digital initiative focused on expanding virtual care. Talking about our digital model, we are consolidating level 2 of DGM Digital Maturity Model. The key attribute for health system in Model 2 is that they look beyond the core HealthShare platform to identify best-in-class standalone tools for digital enablement. Model 2 health system design online experience for health consumers that increase convenience, improve the overall experience, and offer multiple communication channels between patients and their caregivers. So, let me tell you how we started working with InterSystems technology. Okay, in the beginning, we have this photo of the hospital. Okay, as you can see, this is the more similar you can find to cows. This was a little mess, you know. We knew that our system had major weakness that we need to address. No standard play, no documentation, all applications were monolithic, integration were resolved point to point, monitoring was poor. Well, in real, monitoring was very good, okay? When something was wrong, you have a doctor and nurse that was calling you, and you have no idea of what was happening. So we wanted another kind of monitoring. So we had a tri-copper, an independent subsystem. Well, therefore, scalability was difficult, if not impossible, and the demand was increasing every day. So we look at the market and we find Ensemble. We go Ensemble in 2010 year, and we think was the best way we have to change our integration system, okay? We do a orientation of the technical architecture toward a service model, eliminating point-to-point integration, grouping the integration, aligning with the functional workflows, monitoring system based on the activity of the ESB in order to control the activity of the flow information based on the functional areas, okay? We had the formal adoption of HL7 standards for communication between systems. All right, so we use overall HL7, but Ensemble have the capacity, the capability of integrate whatever the other system can speak. All right, so it's really a flexible tool. Until the challenge in Madrid, we work model was resolve a computer service based on a single hospital and with a purely instrumental vision. This approach falls short for multi-center, multi-service environment, and well as having a high risk of technology failure. To face this challenge, we designed and developed the evolution of CUMB information system, architecture applying with the SOA strategy, so that the integration are part of the more robust, scalable, and controllable system. InterSystems technology provides us with the necessary technology framework to carry out this transformation, allowing us to orchestrate the integration of the CUMB information system with a third-party system, subsystem, or application. InterSystems gives us the opportunity to work as one hospital. When a diagnostic is made, any professional, Madrid or Pamplona, can see the result and can corroborate in real time, okay? The integration of more than 15 electromedical providers was done in a few weeks. Most of them was done in about 2 weeks, but there was someone that take a little more time. But it was really a challenge, and we can do it thanks to this kind of technologies. I would like also to talk you about something very different, that is Badaki Healthcare. We did a pilot to try to help the board to know the most common pathologies in our hospital. Badaki is a knowledge management solution that relies on semantic analysis of clinician notes and other sources of 3 tests to detect any findings or diagnostics according to the medical taxonomy, such as NODMED, CT, or other medical dictionary. Once Badaki main strength is that the provider is to provide a comprehensive insight into the actual context and phrase it, mapping to its taxonomy element. Why these mappings are first detected automatically by the application based on I know matching capabilities. And users always have available the override and the aim this. With this complete knowledge of all the different textual occurrences in the finding diagnostic in a free test. Okay, it was only a pilot, but I think it was really great the way that it works. Okay, so another thing we are doing now is this project is CUMB Mobile. Okay, this project is to mobilize the HIS for medical professionals, is to bring our HIS to a mobile. Okay, for this, an application has been created in Microsoft Xamarin with access to the information through our API. Okay, InterSystems API Manager include the IRIS HealthShare Connect, give us an advanced API control as well as a layer of security and performance optimization that are the key to success as the number of users grows. Okay. So in these apps, doctors can see the pending tasks, his reports, his call to patient, informed consent, doctor's agenda, KPI of activity, and things is just the beginning. We will do a lot of more things to bring his into the mobile. Okay. So another things I would like to say is if you remember the challenge in the pandemic, okay. The COVID pandemic broke all the global healthcare system and had to consider many things. From information system, we committed to the rest of the institution to offer everything that the patient might need. Online self-scheduling, online access to the test result, digital front door, COVID-EU passport, certification to fly, etc. Okay. The work done so far as our department was very far of the the department was the key for the integration to speed up the delivery of the new services. The pandemic made all these procedural rules of the game more flexible, and that's something that we all take for granted. So we need to think answer time, but with the correct level of security and governance. That's why I think that tools like Ensemble can help. Okay. Another integration I have done with Ensemble is the integration the HIS and Salesforce CRM. Okay. Our HIS to CRM Salesforce implementation project was carried out seeking a 360 degrees vision of clients and patients, which required the integration of set application with the ERP CUN. To archive this, the design strategies to follow at the integration points between both platforms and the entities to be synchronized. The approach is based in 4 steps. Step 1, get the change. Step 2, step through the change and sort chronologically. Analyze the change. Step 3, and parse the data. And step 4, apply the change to both sides. Okay? So it would have a great performance. I think it's a very complex system that we do a very good simplification, and it's working really, really good. Okay, so that's a very, very interesting integration. We are very proud of it. All right, so let's go out of the hospital. So Ensemble help us also to build a safe breed for the patient. Okay, our digital healthcare strategy, now we are focused to create a digital solution on business development and hospital operation. For our digital hospital design, the strategic model end-to-end process manage technical execution, measure, and optimize development. Okay, that's all the things that we try to do in the digital office. Okay. The widespread investment in digital health continue to raise the level of the state of the art in this area, offered by public health service to the citizen, and also push the emergence of new digital native private competitive, many of low cost. It is increasingly important to differentiate ourselves in the needs opting for the premium personalized programs versus volume and low cost. I mean, we have to give digital healthcare of quality and no volume or low cost, and something that really helps the patient. Okay, the scientific community is actively working on research on how digital healthcare helps in aspects such as adherence to treatment and patient commitment. Cybersecurity is one of the investment focuses in the information system of the vet hospital, as must be part of the core of the e-health architecture. Okay, we are very worried about cybersecurity and the security of the data of our patient. All right, so with this strategy, we'll do what we are doing. So let's see. Okay. Clinica Universidad de Navarra offers patients 2 channels to access the appointment manager, invoice, and medical reports. There are a channel that is an app for iOS and for Android, okay, and another one is in the portal accessible from the corporate website, okay. It's a part of a larger patient engagement strategy. Other channels are backed by the InterSystems IRIS, that governs the business logic and the data of the application. Okay, InterSystems API Manager supports scalability and help us to apply cybersecurity best practice behind the Azure Gateway and firewall. Okay, the other one is a digital front door. The digital front door is an omnichannel customer engagement strategy aimed at using technology to improve the patient experience at every touch point in the customer journey. It represents all the ways that the medical providers interact digitally with the patient outside the hospital. InterSystems IRIS Health Connect help us because connect our custom web framework hyperfocus to the patient appointment and administration information in our ERP. Interoperability with health insurance company for approvals, and also integration with our custom questionnaire system. So we have a front door, but all the back, as you see, is an InterSystem application, all right? After, we have health programs. The health programs aim to involve and empower the patient in the follow-up and adoption of the treatment in their day-to-day. We are now developing heart diseases program that will reduce the cost that will reduce the cost in nursing operation and be closer to the patient and their caregivers. Indeed, it's a business opportunity in itself as a product in our service portfolio. It includes questionnaire for our lab data as well as a log scheduled medication. Both the patient dashboard and the clinician dashboard analyze the data and include trends and also alerts. Okay, this is only the very beginning. Cardiac's program will be followed by other applications similar for other specialties in the coming year. Okay. Good. I have speak about what we have done, how we are beginning, and now necessitating steps. Now the clinic is very concerned to the patient experience. Okay, like many other top-level hospitals around the world, Clinica Universidad de Navarra we are working on how to make the patient feel on their journey against the disease, how to make the patient feel better or feel more comfortable, okay? The patient experience is about how we can help people fight suffering. When a patient must wait for the result of a test or the appointment of a doctor, they are suffering and also so their family. Our mission is helping doctors and nurses to fight the suffering with the digital and smart tools. So our institution will create a new and exciting service, and IT will help them using commercial products instead of developing custom software whenever it's possible to empower digital healthcare and delivery. Okay, so we are sure that FHIR will be the key speeding up and facilitation the incorporation of a new part to our ecosystem at a lower cost. Our roadmap for sure will need a normalized and a standard data model that will make able to create a new virtual and digital abstraction of our legacy EHR. So we will explore UCR and Open EHR. Okay? This consideration about FHIR, common clinical models, multi-tenant, MPA are the reason why we are looking and evaluating HealthShare as our primary digital interoperability platform, which will allow our HIS to connect and to use third-party commercial FHIR solution, and will let out the organization to focus in business and research innovation. And I think that's all. We think we have an exciting future, and we can do a lot of new things. And we hope we do it by the hand of ThisNet, our partner, and also with InterSystems. So please feel free to contact us for Josep or me or Mark. Mark, I think, is with you there. He's our digital advisor. You work in a digital office. So feel free, okay? And that's all. Thanks for your attention. Bye.
Thank you very much, Elena. Well, so we have some time for questions. I don't know if anyone have any question, or maybe you want to see the video again. I think that not. Okay, so this is my presentation. I can put this. So there is no question. If no question, then I'm going to have to make a question to Marcos. Marcos, please come here. So this, I want to see you. What is? It's up to you. If you want to stay there, I'm going to go down. Yeah. Is yeah. is what is the best innovation, the best project, the best of the things that Elena showed us, and you can talk about that. I think that there is a slide, okay, an extra slide that you can use. Sorry, I forget to say that the presentation, you can download the presentation in the app, so you can see better than the video. Okay.
Okay. So, hello, my name is Marcos, and well, the best innovation is more about how, in this context, could be the way that InterSystems helped us to achieve the goals that we imagined. No? As Elena told us in her presentation, one of the work that we did with InterSystems technology in the last 3 years has been the integration with Salesforce CRM. This was for us, all of us in Clinica Universidad de Navarra and us in InterSystems as the partner for implementation, was how we can imagine a solution that allow us to have an application working itself with his own life cycle, for example, with his own data, and in the other way, the EHR and the ERP of the institution working in the same way in his own way, no? Without the need to be connected in real time and have the problems that this can give us. So we designed a solution to allow both sides to live for themselves and in a synchronous way to put them synchronized in one direction and bidirectionally. Then, as Elena told us, we decided to put into 4 steps, and we were using all the technology that InterSystems allow us with Ensemble at the time, and now with IRIS. One of them is the possibility of interoperate with both sides through the APIs in SOAP or REST. The other way is to manage all the data in temporal data space in globals and have the opportunity to access to the data with the powerful indexing that globals has by itself, no? By its pure nature, and then persist the information to the site, to the corresponding site. No? The solution has been very powerful, is working in real time and almost all the time. In few seconds you have all the updates in both sites and without any concurrent problems. So we are considering, this is a true game changer for us, because we are considering now to update, to upgrade, to make an upgrade in all the other integration solutions we have created in the last years to make this solution the solution for all our needs when we need to connect 2 applications that they are working at the same time with different users and with different data, and sharing only the data we need to put together. So I don't know if it's the answer you expected.
It's okay. So I don't need the micro, I'm sorry. I don't know if you have more questions. We have here a person from a university, maybe have a question. You come from a university and maybe you have some question related with, you have some, you know.
I actually glad that you are working on
Okay.
It seems that, I'm sorry. It seems that you are trying to use the latest available, right? Like e-prescribing and the, you know, the API manager. I saw a company yesterday. I was thinking, look at them. They are trying to use the IAM, so I am actually impressed.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. So as you can see, using IRIS or our technology, they begin with the integration of all the data, and then they are going to do more steps. And now, for example, they're beginning something with analytics. They do something with the natural language processing. This, I think, is a good example of clinics or hospital that with a low inversion, a low budget, can do a lot of things. Thank you very much for attending. Next steps for the people who want to know more about our technology and our amazing event today and tomorrow is, for example, we have here Thomas, that is the product manager, that tomorrow is going to have a session with integrated ML. So this is, I think, is a good continuation. So anything more? You have a question?
Yeah, can I ask a question, David? What was the most challenging for the first general global integration? What was the most challenging aspect of that part of the project?
Well, I don't know if I can answer, because maybe Marcos or people from the Clinica. I don't know, Pepe, or you have do you want to answer? No? Then, okay. I think that the more challenging, that is very common, I think, but it's not so much for technology or technical complexity as for the providers provide enough information in order to integrate the things. You know, sometimes it's very difficult to integrate because they are closed, you know, and they don't do the work, and if you can't connect, or you don't know how to connect to any system, this is impossible. So sometimes the challenging thing is to have the information on time in order to do the work in the technical part. So if you are good doing that, and this is something that the hospitals, come from the direction. Okay, they need to push that this is very important, because if the provider of the laboratory or whatever say, well, this is not my problem, you have a problem. So this is one of the things that I see in this project and in other ones. Okay?
Yeah, maybe from my experience, the most common is with this legacy software, this software of legacy. The problem is that when they design it, they never thought that the information that was saved into the software has to be shared with another systems. So they never thought about how can we design this application to share the information. And it's, at the end, it's a job that you have to do. So it's a step that nobody walked before, and they have to start to thinking, I don't know if it exists any kind of standard of interoperability. I don't know if I have to use an XML or a JSON or a plain text. And this, I think that is the main problem with this kind of systems that was designed from 2000, for example. Okay, but we have solution for that. But we can put the HealthShare UCR, and you can get the information and put in a reference model that is okay in order to share. So we have a solution for that also. Thank you very much for coming, for attending, and I hope to see you again next year. Goodbye.